The IELTS listening test. Listening is one of the first things we do in life. A baby learns everything by listening to the various noise and voices around it. It's the first skill we develop even before reading, writing, or speaking. So, in that case, it should be an inherent quality for us and a piece of cake, isn't it? However, that's not the situation always. The IELTS listening test is quite challenging for some students. So today we have with us a student who's actually scored a whooping band 8.5 in her listening test, which means she has got around 38 correct answers. So let's ask Silky Ralhan how she did this and all the tips and tricks that she has to share with us to crack the IELTS listening test. Stay tuned! Hey Silky,
Hi, ma'am. Good afternoon.
good afternoon, and I welcome you on behalf of Florence Academy.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're connecting from Chandigarh.
Yes, ma'am.
So, congratulations, young lady. You have got an overall band 7 and 8.5 in listening.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
So, band 8.5 means you've got 37 to 38 correct answers out of 40.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, I'm going to be a little partial here. I want to say that you have got 38 correct answers, not 37, because I know how much hard work you've put in, consistent hard work. And you've been managing a
Okay,
family, a
ma'am.
job, multitasking, juggling with many things. So it's amazing. The score is really fantastic.
Thank, thank you so much, ma'am.
So, can you please tell our students how you did this?
Well, my IELTS journey is quite tricky for me because as I'm a working professional, managing home, office, and studying simultaneously, it's quite difficult and a tricky challenge for me. But I did my best, and the family support is the good. The family plays a good support, and that is why I'm able to ace my IELTS. Apart from that, I found IELTS listening quite tricky because during initial days of practicing, I hardly get 6.5 bands, and that was too annoying for me because IELTS listening is the module where we can get complete 9. So
Exactly.
I felt really bad when I'm not able to. I was not able to get at least 8 or 8.5. I was struggling very badly in IELTS listening. So I did a lot of practice, and as everyone knows, practice makes man perfect. Apart from that, I listened to various podcasts because somebody suggests me that, like, if we are listening to various kind of podcast, we will come to know about the British accents and American accents. That will help in IELTS listening. So I did listen to a lot of podcasts that really worked for me.
Okay. So, do you have any secret strategy to solve the match the information type of questions?
Well, I think they are quite easy because if we know the strategy behind how to solve those type of questions, uh, well, I know that I saw various videos on YouTube, and I come to know about that if we look at the information thoroughly, like whatever is given in the information, we have to go through it very well and do not waste timing on looking at the question, because once the audio will start, we will come to know about the questions in sequence. So we do not need to pay attention to questions. Apart from that, vocabulary plays a good role there. We have to be we should know about various vocabularies, and they use paraphrasing version of some words. So we have to learn a lot of vocabulary in that kind of questions.
Okay. Some students also find maps very confusing. So, you have any tips for that?
Well, maps are quite tricky, but I must suggest if one has a adequate knowledge of and uh, directions, and they are able to locate the specific places in the maps that is given. So, in that manner, maps can be easy, and avoid looking at the questions, because once the audio will start, we have to move our pencil according to the audio, and during the audio, they will talk about the questions in a sequence manner. So it's better to mark the directions, whether it is given. If it is given, then it's perfectly fine. If it is not given, try to mark directions like northwest and southeast. And I also used to mark right and left side, so
Oh,
that it would be easy for me to
yeah.
uh, solve the maps.
Okay. That's a nice tip. What about multiple choice questions? That's also another problematic area for students.
Yes, ma'am, they are, because sometimes multiple choice questions are quite long and tricky. So once a person is starting their listening practices with MCQ, they had to start it with lower with beginners level, because we have to understand what the demand of MCQs. And as we gradually improving our MCQs, then we should try moderate or tough levels, so that we can ace MCQs. And in MCQs, one has to underline the keywords, especially nouns and adjectives, especially in the questions where options are quite long. Do not read the whole option. Just mark the main idea, and understanding of the question is really important. If we are not able to understand the question, what the question demands, then automatically MCQ's question will not be correct. And if uh, I I did a strategy like I used to work on wrong options. Like
Oh, okay.
we always try to find the right answer. It's better to find out wrong options, so that we can easily find out the right one.
Okay, that's a
And
nice tip.
process of elimination will help a lot in MCQs.
Oh, that's a nice tip. First time I'm hearing this. Okay, so we have to look for the wrong answers, not the right one. Looking for the
Yes,
wrong
ma'am.
answers will help us unfold the right answers eventually. Oh, that's
Because
nice.
one more tip I would like to add, we should focus on the words but, however, because these two words will definitely change the answer. Because
Oh,
initially we found that this is the option, but once we listen to audio more deeply, and when the speaker talk about but, however, we should pay attention to these words also, because these words overall change the answer.
yes. It can even be the opposite answer than what we are thinking of.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
that's a
ma'am.
nice. And another place where students they keep asking me is how to deal with fast audios.
Ma'am, well, fast audios are usually happened in part four, and we have to practice a lot, because in part four audio is quite fast. And for that, especially part four, I made a strategy like when my IELTS listening exam was started, and during 30 seconds in which they give instructions, I jumped into the part four. I looked at the questions and marked the keywords. And then when the part one started, I looked at the part one questions. And when it ends, they give us 30 seconds to check out work, to check our answers. And in that 30 seconds, I again jump to part four and mark
Okay.
the keywords, so that I can utilize my good quality time on part four.
Yeah.
And when I actually came on to part four, the timing which they gave us, I thoroughly read the questions.
Yes.
And we have to work in a very concentrated manner, so that we did not get easily distracted from environment, or looking at other students. We need to be focused. IELTS
Yes.
listening is all about focus and listening to the audio carefully.
So you're saying that you read part three questions two or three times. Oh,
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
a nice tip because part one is easy. Anybody can get the answer. They spell it out for you. They give you the meanings and it's very slow. So you don't
Yes,
really have
ma'am.
to go through the questions in part one, but Read the questions in part 3 two times. Twice or thrice you did that.
Part
So
part four. Part
part
four.
4, the fast audio part. Very good, very good.
Yes, ma'am.
I think that's a brilliant tip, which you have invented yourself, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
That's nice. Okay, so Silky, you're an anesthesia technician, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So you have to join for duty soon.
Yeah, ma'am. I have a shift today.
Oh,
And one more thing I would like to say. First of all, I would like to thank you because without your support, you supported me during my thick and thin, and I really appreciate your help and your support during my this journey because you are the one who supported me whenever I had any query about my topics. So I really thank you. Apart from that, listening is all about listening carefully. So whosoever is trying to ace this exam, just listen, don't bother. And during practice, create a environment like you are in an actual exam, and for every wrong answer try to read out the audio script so that we can come to know where we were lagging. So these things help a lot in my case, and maybe it will help others also.
okay. So thank you so much for joining us today and helping the students with a lot of these doubts. So I wish
Thank
you
you
all
so
the
much,
best in
ma'am.
life, Silky. I wish you all the best. And as you're
Thank
going
you.
to your dream country, all the best and bon voyage.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I really
Thank,
appreciate your efforts. Thank you so much.
thank you, Silky. Bye bye. Take care.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Bye bye.